Marisol Heights, California. A coastal city framed by cliffs and ambition, where luxury homes face the Pacific with their glassy indifference. On a warm July night, silence cracked in the hills. 2 gunshots echoed through the canyon roads, followed by the frantic barking of a neighbor's dog. By morning, the news had already broken. Famed television producers Riley and Dana Corbin were found dead in their gated mansion. Their alleged killer, a local transient named Eli Rusk, was arrested a few blocks away, incoherent and trembling, with the couple's revolver in his backpack. Marisol Heights, long known for its carefully curated perfection, would spend the summer trying to understand how fame, charity, and desperation collided in one night of irreversible ruin. Eli Rusk had been sleeping behind the coastal transit station for 3 weeks before he met them. He wasn't from Marisol Heights. He'd drifted south from Fresno after his last rehab stint, finding that city life provided more corners to disappear into. His addiction, a blend of opioids and meth, made the world blur, but he remembered faces, voices, and every flicker of kindness. That was how he remembered Dana. She'd seen him first outside a cafe, shaking as he tried to open a bottle of water. "You look like you could use something to eat," she'd said, her voice level, not patronizing. When she handed him a sandwich, he noticed the diamond on her finger, and the manicured confidence of someone who'd never had to count the bills in her pocket. She told him her husband produced television. "Reality shows," she said, "but the kind that make people dream a little." He'd laughed then. Dreams were a currency he couldn't afford. By the end of the week, Dana and Riley had offered him part-time yard work. The mansion sat high on Vista Del Mar Road, with glass walls that reflected the ocean. For a while, Eli thought maybe that was his second chance. Riley Corbin was known in the industry as a perfectionist, the kind who called camera operators by name but fired producers for minor delays. He and Dana built their empire on the illusion of happiness. Their show, The Next Dream, helped unknown singers and creators find their voice, as Dana would often say in interviews. In truth, they were tired. Ratings had dipped. Their last season was panned online for being manufactured. And their charity gala, the one that drew every socialite and influencer, was approaching fast. Eli became their quiet secret project. Dana convinced Riley to give him odd jobs around the property. She said it made her feel connected to something real. Riley agreed, reluctantly, as long as Eli stayed out of the house. But temptation in Marisol Heights always found its way in. By mid-July, Eli's withdrawal tremors had returned. The pay was irregular, and Dana had begun avoiding him. Not out of cruelty, but caution. Riley had found a missing watch, a family heirloom, in the shed where Eli kept his things. The confrontation was brief, loud, and final. Eli was fired. The next morning, the couple's driver found a shattered lamp near the pool deck. A gate key was missing. That evening, the Corbins argued, voices rising, then softening. Dana cried. Riley poured a drink. The security cameras caught nothing. Eli wandered the streets below the mansion that night, barefoot and desperate. He told himself he just wanted to apologize, to explain. But the line between apology and anger blurred quickly when addiction whispered in his ear. The Corbins were shot just after midnight. Investigators later said that Eli entered through the back patio door, unlocked from the inside. Perhaps by Dana, perhaps forgotten. He confronted Riley first. There was shouting, then a gunshot. Dana's voice followed, terrified. The second shot ended it. When police found Eli hours later, he was hiding beneath the Santa Lucia overpass, trembling and covered in sweat. In his backpack, $480 in cash, a wedding ring, and Riley's licensed revolver. He didn't deny it. He just kept saying, it wasn't supposed to happen. The trial of Eli Rusk began that fall. Marisol Heights followed it obsessively. Every outlet speculated on motive, revenge, jealousy, a plea for help ignored by privilege. The prosecution painted him as a violent addict who exploited generosity. The defense spoke of a broken system, untreated trauma, and a city that gave him nothing but disdain. Eli barely spoke. When he did, his voice was hoarse, remorseful, almost inaudible. "She tried to help me," he said once, looking at the floor. He didn't deserve it either. The jury deliberated for 8 hours. Eli was found guilty on 2 counts of second-degree murder. The verdict carried life imprisonment without parole. Outside the courthouse, Dana's sister spoke to the cameras. She believed people could be saved, she said, even the ones who hurt her. The quote trended online for a day before the story faded beneath newer scandals. In prison, Eli wrote letters that no one answered. In one, found later by a journalist, he said, "I never meant to become the thing they feared. I just wanted to stop being invisible." The Corbins' mansion was sold within months. The new owners replaced the glass walls with stone and steel. Less light, less vulnerability. Years later, the Corbin case remained a quiet ghost in Marisol Heights. The story people whispered at dinner parties when they wanted to sound empathetic. The show The Next Dream was rebooted under new producers, its legacy scrubbed clean for streaming. But some stories don't fade. They echo in the stillness after sunset, in the cliffs overlooking the ocean, in the spaces between luxury and loss. The tragedy wasn't just in the gunshots. It was in the small kindness that tried to bridge two worlds and broke both in the attempt.